Today we're going to read Professor Wormbog in Search of the Zipper-Rumpa Zoo by Mercer Meyer. If you're watching this, it means that your parent needs a moment to take care of themselves, so we are going to read a book. Professor Wormbog collected beasties. Lots of beasties. He had every beast from A to Y, but his collection was incomplete. There was no Zipper-Rumpa Zoo in the place marked Z. The Zipper-Rumpa Zoo had never been caught, so without further ado, Professor Wormbog decided to catch one. He dug a pit both deep and wide. He covered it with sticks and leaves and baited it with tangos and wild eucananas, whatever those are. And all night long he waited. In the early morning, a loud crash woke him up from his sleep. Rushing down, he hoisted out his catch. But it wasn't a Zipper-Rumpa Zoo. Perhaps the Zipper-Rumpa Zoo can be found in the sea, thought the professor. So with baited hook, he set out on a motorboat. First, he caught a big blow-fat goldfish. Blow-fat glowfish, that's hard to say, but he had one already, so he let it go. Then he caught a great learn of the sea, but he had two of them already, so he let it go. Then something deep under the sea took hold of his line. This must be a Zipper-Rumpa Zoo, cried Professor Wormbog. How fierce it is. After many long hours, he pulled in his catch, but it wasn't a Zipper-Rumpa Zoo. Perhaps Zipper-Rumpa Zoos fly through the air, thought Professor Wormbog. So he disguised himself as a feathered crony. Nothing could go wrong there. Dangling from a bunch of balloons, he rapidly rose into the sky. However, Queen Isabella of the cronies took one look at the disguised professor and fell madly in love. Oh dear. She took him home to her nest to live happily ever after. Luckily for Professor Wormbog, a storm was brewing. The rain washed away the glue, and the wind blew away the feathers. One look at Professor Wormbog without his feathers, and Isabella's heart was broken. Leave, she told him. Be gone. Depart. Professor Wormbog hiked to the top of a craggy peak and looked and looked. But when the peak looked back, he knew it was time to go. No place for a Zipper-Rumpa Zoo. Deep in caves and caverns beneath the earth he traveled. Perhaps a Zipper-Rumpa Zoo can be found here. He looked and looked, even in the blackest pit of all, but nothing of interest could be seen. No Zipper-Rumpa Zoo here either. Quite disappointed, Professor Wormbog went home. Tired and weary, he pushed open his front door. He took off his dirty clothes and he jumped into the bath. He made a snack of cookies and milk and curled up before the fire with his favorite book. Too bad, said Professor Wormbog with a sigh. I guess I'll never have a Zipper-Rumpa Zoo of my very own. But he looked at all the Zipper-Rumpa Zoos. The end. Okay, go check and see if your parent is ready to play.